Are you curious about getting your first mammogram? Well, I'm gonna do it for you.
Oh my word.
Hey, I'm Whitney. And I'm Ryan. And even though 40 years old is the recommended age for your first mammogram, I'm gonna go a few years early. There's no BRCA gene in our family, but I'm putting my health first right now, and so I'm dragging her along. Let's go.
Boob quiz. What are you most nervous about? The pain of having my tit squished down to be 2 inches?
So I'll be back for you in a second. I just
Okay, great.
Miss Howell? Okay.
The reason we wanted to document this is because we've never seen anyone reveal what a first mammogram is actually like. They say it hurts and they squish your boobs, but that's it. So we wanted to give you a true behind the scenes look at what really goes down. Now we couldn't really do that because they wouldn't allow cameras in the room, not even photos, but I can tell you exactly what happens. It's just you, the radiologist, and the machine. And the radiologist comes over, puts you up next to the machine, and gets it to the correct height. They're gonna do 3 photos on each side. So the first 2 are pretty standard. They get the height right for the machine, and the machine just literally does this and just squishes it like a pancake. On each side. And then she goes over to her computer and she looks at it, and if it's not good enough, then she's gonna make you do it again. And then the last one sucks. It's like they tilt the machine kind of this way, so it's all the way right here on your rib cage and then all the way to your sternum, and you're like tilted leaning over the machine like this. And then so like if you're the machine, lay this toddy on here, and then the lady's gonna manipulate it, and then the machine's gonna squash me down like this, and it's gonna kill. It really hurts, and they say that oftentimes you end up with actual bruises.
From the squash.
The resulting pictures are just like webs of tissue in the shape of a boob. You can't really tell what's going on, and because it's my baseline, the first one I've ever done, the radiologist warned me that there's a good chance that they'll bring me back in because they're not familiar with what's wrong and what's just standard for my breast. So something could look like a tumor, but it could actually just be dense tissue. I feel like when I eventually go, they'll see I have no dense tissue, and they'll be like, "Lady, your boob's a liquid." Well, hopefully that is a health screening I can check off the list. But not so fast. A little update here. As you can see, Ryan's not with me today because she had to live her life. It has been 13 days since my mammogram. They called me about 5 days ago and said, there's something that looks a little strange in this particular guy right here. There's extra blood flow in one area, so they just want me to go back, do a follow-up. I don't know if I'm getting another mammogram. I don't know if they're gonna do an ultrasound. The woman who called me actually had very little information, which was frustrating, but I'm not gonna overthink it. I'm just gonna go, pay the $450, by the way, which is how much a follow-up is, even with insurance. Is that crazy? Watch out, high maintenance boob coming through. That was a very unsettling experience. The radiologist comes to get me to take me back to the mammogram area. So apparently I'm getting more mammogram photos done. We took 2 photos, then she had to go talk to the doctor, then she came back, so that's not good enough, we have to take more photos. We took more photos, then she said, go back to the waiting room, and either you're gonna get to go home, or we're gonna have to do an ultrasound. So I'm sitting in the waiting room, not really too worried about it. They come and tell me that we need to go get an ultrasound. Then I start getting a little concerned. This is my first mammogram experience, so I don't know what's going on. Medical professionals, please explain to first-time mammogram goers what's happening, because we don't know, we are confused. She does the ultrasound, and I can watch the screen as she's doing it, and I see this big area that she keeps zoning in on. It's like right here on my body, and it's the shape of an eye, a black eye with in the center a white circle. Tumor, cancer, I'm gonna die. So I said, what's that? And she said, I'm sorry, I'm not allowed to discuss that. She takes all her pictures, she leaves. I'm sitting there worried now because in my mind, I'm dead and my kids will grow up without a mother. I actually got emotional when I was sitting in there like, wow, my life could drastically change, not for the better, in the next few minutes. She came back. Luckily, she said, that spot that I was zoning in on was just a lymph node. So don't be concerned, everything looks good. Now that we have your base, we know what your breast tissue looks like. Hopefully this experience has helped you in some way. If you liked our video, give us a thumbs up. If you didn't like it, give us a thumbs down. Okay? They say don't do it when you're on your period, but I said, you know what? I want it to hurt worse. She's so strong.